being in a long-term relationship, do you all consider that a commitment? We've been dating for 5 years. Is that a commitment? What do you all think about commitment? And if being in a long-term relationship is considered a commitment, how long should we remain in a committed relationship before we say, okay, listen, okay, we've been committed 2 years, 3 years. Okay, so what are we doing? Like, are we going forward with this? Are we not going forward with this? Because at this point, it's like, it's 3 years. But like I just said previously, if we're not having these type of conversations up front, you could be with somebody that is just a serial long-term dater. Like, look at Common. Baby, he done been with one woman 7 years, 5 years, 4 years. That Bama ain't about thinking about marrying nobody. So he will long-term relationship you up. But he ain't putting no ring on it. Do you want to find yourself in that type of situation? You got Jim Jones and Chrissy. She been with that man since God knows how long. I know she just like, I'm over it. I know he ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just going to settle for this. And it's sad that you have to settle for something just because you want to keep that person. But years ago, and maybe she's finally changed her mind and just accepted the fact that, you know what? He's not going to marry me. So I would rather have him in this capacity of us just being in a long-term relationship opposed to losing him completely. And if that's how she feels on it, I mean, more power to you. Cedric, you're saying you got to make sure y'all equally yoked. Absolutely. You absolutely do. And the only way you're going to find that out is, again, it's certain conversations that have to be had. And then after the conversation, let's see what life looks like together. What are we doing on a day-to-day basis? Are we meshing, or are we constantly at each other's throat? Are we constantly in conflict with each other? Because if you are, then that's definitely a good indication that mm, y'all probably not the right fit together. You're probably not the right fit together. And a lot of people don't like to accept that. But again, you gotta, what do you want? Know what you want and talk about that ish before you in a long-term committed relationship. And now you're trying to put pressure on, oh, I'm gonna give you an ultimatum. If you ain't marry me in 2 days, it's over with. What? Save your ultimatum. What are you talking about? Ultimatums? What? Cedric, you're saying, I said it before. I'll say it again. 6 months. 6 months for what, Cedric? 6 months for what? Are you saying 6 months? A man knows in 6 months if he wants to be with her or marry her? Or are you saying 6 months to before you start taking something seriously? Elaborate a little bit more, Cedric. But here's the thing. I'm like this. At this point, I'm not going to do a long-term relationship without marriage. That's just not on my list of things to do. It's not. You're not. What you're not gonna do is waste my time, and I'm not going to waste yours. So again, that's why I believe that certain conversations can be had up front so that we can ensure that we're not wasting each other's time. Time is of the essence. Especially, listen, ladies, if you are in your good childbearing years and you know that you want kids and the whole marriage thing, and this man doesn't want that, or you trying to, he still hasn't made his mind up. He's made his mind up. He doesn't want those things with you. So you have to let him go, because one of the saddest things that I've seen is beautiful women holding on to these men, holding on to these relationships, and then their childbearing years passed them by. They wanted kids, and now you're at the point, you're at the age where you cannot have kids, or it's not safe to do so. Listen, we don't have Shanti's dime. We don't got Beyonce's dollars. So the health care that is available to them may not necessarily be available to you. So I know some people saying, listen, I know women having babies in their 50s and their 60s. As long as you got that insurance and their money they got, and your health is what similar to what their situation is, then go for it. But that's not a lot of women's stories. So I wouldn't put too much stock in that. Hey, pretty Tasha, how you doing? Hey, Leanna, my sister's online. Hey, Lee. But I wouldn't put too much stock into that. But you waste your childbearing years because you're hoping that he changes his mind. You hoping that he sees the value in you and marries you and do all these things. But after 2 years, 3 years, and I'm going to say this, there are exceptions to every rule. There are exceptions to every situation. But more often than not, when you're in a relationship that long and he ain't said nothing about marriage to you, and now you're getting restless, because I think we tend to get restless after a year. About a year. If you the chick that want to get married, if you're not the chick that desires marriage, then nothing that I'm saying relates to you, or nothing, it doesn't apply to you. But for the women that desire marriage, that desires a commitment, that desires having kids, that desire those things, you typically, that itch starts to come about a year. You a year into it, y'all going solid, y'all going strong, and then you like, Zach, okay, like, what's up? I mean, like, then you start living together. The first year he said nothing about marriage, so you like, okay, well, I know when I move in, he gonna have no choice but to want to get married, because he gonna see how good of a wife I'm gonna be. He gonna see how good I'm taking care of him, and this and that. Ladies, that don't always work. That don't always work, because now that you've moved in with him, a lot of times there is no incentive for him to marry you now,